So bro, when I was in high school and for most of my life, I found that the only way I could actually fit in with the people around me was by destroying myself or humiliating myself, basically by being a clown and trying to make them laugh. Like for example, we'd be walking in a group somewhere to get some food or something, and I would like randomly climb like a pole that I saw, and I would make everyone laugh and I would feel like I was fitting in. Or we'd be at lunch and I'd be eating a banana and I'd literally just like bite a chunk out of the banana, skin on and everything. I'd be doing dumb stuff like this. I'd be humiliating myself, dropping on the ground and rolling around everywhere in an attempt to fit in with all the people around me in school. This was in high school because I felt like I was the odd one out in high school. I felt like I didn't relate to anyone at all. I didn't fit in. And the only way I could fit in was by making them laugh, by putting myself down. Like for example, when everyone would be in like a group setting, like in the classroom, when the teacher was gone and everyone was like having fun in the class, or we were all at someone's house and everyone was having fun in a group setting, I wouldn't know how to join in. Like they would be just like so high energy, having so much fun, laughing, jokes would be flying everywhere, and I wouldn't know how to match the energy. I wouldn't know how to join the group fun or whatever. Or for example, if they would like ask a question to each other or make a comment and I would come up with a response to answer to the group, I would come up with a response like 20 seconds later and the topic had already moved on. So I was always that kid who was like standing awkwardly on the outside of the group, unable to join. And people would always say like, oh, Penrose, why are you always so quiet? Why do you never talk? It's because I never knew how to join anyone. I never knew how to fit in with everyone. I felt like I was the odd one out. Like everyone in my high school was interested in like, Netflix and gossip and vaping or whatever. And I was interested in like studying, improving myself, learning languages, all this nerd shit basically. Which you probably are too if you're watching my channel. So you probably feel like you don't fit in your high school. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Like at lunchtime, right? Like I did have some people that I got along with. I had a couple friends who I got along with. But if they weren't available at lunchtime, for example, I would have nothing to do. I would just walk around at lunchtime pretending like I was busy. Like, oh yeah, I'm walking fast through lunchtime, guys. I got to go to this one location right now. I'd pretend I'm busy so I didn't seem like I was a loner or something. So if you're watching my videos, you probably relate to this. You probably feel like you don't fit in with the people in your high school or even in your university. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to deal with this and why it's actually not a bad thing. So the first thing I can tell you, right, is just because everyone around you is doing something, it doesn't make it normal, nor does it make it the right thing to do. Like I'm going to give you an example. There are many examples, but I'll give you an example from history, right? If you were in the United States in the late 1700s, you probably would have thought that slavery was normal, right? But now everyone thinks slavery is terrible. It's like so cruel, it's horrible. But if you were alive back then, you would have thought it was normal. So just because everyone around you thinks something, it doesn't make it normal, it doesn't make it right. So just because all the kids in your school are vape, just because all the kids in your school are spending their weekends watching Netflix or playing video games or, gossiping and doing all that stuff, it doesn't make it normal, it doesn't make it the right thing to do. So the first thing I can tell you is you need to be sure with who you are. You need to be sure with what you want from life. And you have to be confident that whatever you want from life, whether you want to improve yourself, whether you want to be in the top 1% or whatever, you need to be confident that you are right as well. They are right, you are right, no one's right. You just got to be confident in yourself and who you are. That's the first thing, right? So just because all the kids in your school are doing something, it doesn't mean they're right and you're wrong. It's going to feel like they're right and you're wrong because they're all against you. If you talk about how you spent all weekend studying, or you talk about how you don't drink or something like that, or you don't vape, you're going to feel like the weird one because they're going to put you down. They're going to be like, oh bro, why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you vaping with us? Why are you spending all day studying? Be normal, bro. Be normal. Kids in my class used to do that. They used to insult me because I was like studying. I was obsessed with studying. I was always answering the teacher's questions. They're not right. You're not right. Just because there's more of them, it doesn't make them more right. Because here's the thing about high school. High school and university is just a random selection of people from society. The chances are most of the people in your high school are just going to be average people. And if you're watching my channel, you probably want to live a life unlike most people, right? Maybe you want to live like a top 1% life where you're working hard, you're improving yourself, you're focusing on your fitness, your relationships, your health, being productive, doing something good with your life, having a purpose. And if the people in your class are a random selection of people from society, they're not going to relate to you. So it's actually a good thing that you don't relate to the people in your class. It means you don't relate to the majority of people. So actually you should see it as a good thing that you don't fit in with your classmates. In a bit, I'm going to talk about how to deal with that because it can feel very lonely if you don't fit in with the people in your class. Like it sucks. Like you're not going to have friends who you can talk to in school. I'll talk about that in a bit, but here's the thing. These guys in your school, they're probably not on the same path as you. Like I probably talk to maybe one guy from high school, honestly. Still talk to one guy, and even that, I don't talk to him that much. Like, I'm on a completely different path with the people in my high school. Now, I'm not saying they're bad people. Like, actually, some of them were pretty decent. I just wasn't friends with them or whatever. You know, I'm not saying they're terrible people, you know, they're at the bottom of society or something. But I'm saying you're probably not on the same path as the majority of these people. So the problem with that is if people are not on the same path as you and they don't understand you, they might actually try to bring you down. So you've got to be careful, because these people in your class might try to bring you down. They might try to make you feel bad for wanting to improve yourself. They might make you feel bad for not destroying yourself with them, by not drinking, by not playing video games, by not vaping. They're going to make you feel bad. So it can be very tough. So here's another mindset I can give you. You need to see these people in your class, these people in your school, as a test. They are testing you on, are you sure with who you are? Are you confident on what you want from life? Are you confident in what you believe your life is, if that makes sense? These guys are testing you. They're trying to bring you down. You need to see it just as a test, as them trying to bring you down. Don't fall for it. Be stronger than that, because people in your future, in your real life, they're going to bring you down too. This is like noob level. This is like level 1. Kids in your class trying to make you feel bad for improving yourself. So see it as a test. That's the first mindset I can give you. Hold frame. That's the word. You know, don't let them bring you down. So 2 things in this also. Don't try to bring them down either. Just because they're bringing you down, don't bring them down. You know, don't bring up how bad alcohol is and try to make them feel bad for it. Don't bring up the dangers of vaping. Don't tell them that you don't play video games or whatever. Like, don't try to bring them down either. Just let them live their life as well. You know, you don't have to get into arguments, because they're going to hate you. And another thing, don't stress because they're in a different lane to you. Stop trying to impress them. Like I said first thing in the video, I was always trying to be the clown. I was trying to always impress people. Every time I was in a conversation with people, I tried to impress them. I tried to make them think I was interested in the same things as them. I tried to give them a good conversation. But don't try to entertain people. Don't try to impress people. You have nothing to prove at all. If the conversation you have with them sucks, that's fine. Now, I'm not saying like have bad conversations with everyone. I'm not saying like always crash conversations, don't even try. 100% try to have conversations with these people, because they're people. You can still talk to them. You can still even build relationships with them. I'm not saying completely ignore them and be a lone wolf. In a bit, I'll talk about how to approach this. But yeah, don't entertain them. Don't stress about entertaining them. Don't stress about impressing them. You know, don't be the class clown like I always was. Like, I thought my personality was weird. Like, I couldn't impress them with my personality because I was weird. I thought I was weird. So I tried to impress them in other ways. So yeah, like I said, the only way I could actually relate and fit in with these guys was if I was destroying myself. For me, it was like playing video games with them. I would relate to them. I would have fun with them. Or like partying or something like that, or gossiping. So, you know, do this stuff in moderation if you want. But again, see it as a test. You know, you don't have to destroy yourself just to fit in, because here's the thing. Do you actually want to be friends with these guys? Are you playing video games? Are you going out drinking? Are you vaping because you actually want to do it, or because you just want to fit in? If you just want to fit in, then find the people that you actually relate to. So what you have to realize is, instead of trying to make these guys your tribe, instead of trying to think of these guys as your tribe, you need to find your own tribe. There might be like 1 or 2 guys in your school who are part of your tribe or whatever, but you might have to go out of school and find people elsewhere, or you might have to find people online. That's why I created a free online community. First link in the description. You might be able to meet people there, because if you like the content I talk about, you'll relate to those people in my community. This is why I think community is so important. Unfortunately, it has to be online. I wish the community could be in person. But, you know, if you're in university, it's going to be much easier to meet similar people, because you can go out into the real world or whatever and meet people, even in high school. Okay, here's the thing. How do you approach getting along with these people? Do you do the lone wolf mindset? You know, ignore everyone, be a lone wolf, live on your own, do your own thing? Or do you try to get close to these people, try to be friends with these people, try to, you know, build relationships with them? In my personal opinion, you should do it halfway, right? So don't get too close to these guys, because you know what they say, right? You are the I'm sure you've heard this. You are the average of the 5 people you most hang around. And if you're hanging around with these people a lot, you're going to be like them. And if you don't relate to them, they're going to change you. They're going to push you in a different direction that you didn't want to go. So don't hang around them too much. Don't get too close to them. But also, I think don't take the lone wolf approach, because it's such a sad lifestyle when you're taking the lone wolf approach. So here's how I personally would approach it if I could go back in high school. First of all, I would still try to find people I relate to. You know, I would focus on enjoying being on my own, focus enjoying, you know, working on myself, living my own life, but also be open to meeting people who are similar to me. So going to activities, looking for people out in the real world who are similar to me, or finding people online. That's the first thing. But that can be hard to do. So how do you interact with the other people in your school? Here's what I say. First of all, don't do this approach that many people do where they act like they're superior. Like I said earlier in the video, you know, lecturing everyone about why alcohol is bad, or trying to convince people to stop vaping, or telling people, you know, oh, I'm so good, I don't vape, I don't drink, I don't play video games. You know, don't flex on them or anything. Don't act like you're superior. In my opinion, there are two approaches you can take. The first one is just be low key. You know, just be chill. If they ask you, hey bro, do you drink? You can just say like, nah bro, not really, not much. Or like, nah, not this weekend bro. You know, just be low key, act like them, don't show off too much. That's the first approach. The second approach is you can just be so confident in who you are that some people might actually join you. You know, be that guy who's having so much fun sober that other people want to join you, they want to have fun, and they are influenced by you. You know, like for example, you know, yes, be that guy at lunchtime who's like studying, who's like learning stuff, focusing on themselves. You know, don't try to force it onto other people. But if you're so confident in who you are and you know, live to who you are, people might join you. So that's the second approach you can take. And the final thing I can say is you probably don't actually want to be friends with most of these people. You just want to fit in. So realize that. Still talk to these people, still interact with them, but just have fun. Experiment. Dumb yourself down. Don't try to be some intelligent guy. I always did this, like, I would try to have like intelligent conversations with everyone. You know, I always tried to influence people and win friends or whatever, but, you know, just have fun. Dumb yourself down. You know, you don't have to have super intellectual conversations. Just be like, hey bro, what did you do this weekend? Blah, blah, blah. Just have these conversations with these people. Use it as an opportunity to build your personality, build your confidence, still interact with these people, have fun, because chances are they're going to be out of your life within a couple years, within a couple months. So just have fun, enjoy it. You know, again, you're normal. Just because everyone around you is doing something, it doesn't mean they're right and you're wrong. So hopefully this video helped. See you later.